Welcome back to the Makeforms tutorial series. In this video, we'll walk through the time picker field. The time picker lets users type time in a fixed, clean format instead of writing it in their own way. Now let's see how to set it up. From the field list, drag the time picker field into your form. Rename the label so it matches your question. For example, you can change it to Select your appointment time. At the top of the settings, you'll see the required field toggle. Turn this on if the user must enter a time before submitting the form. If they try to submit without entering a time, or if the time is not valid, Makeforms will show an error and block submission until they fix it. Below that, you'll find helper text. Turn this on if the user needs help with how to fill the time. You can add a short note like arrive 10 minutes early. You can show this helper text as a small info icon where the message appears on hover, or as a visible line under the field. Pick what suits your form layout. Next, you can control the time format. This setting decides how the user should type the time and how it is stored. You can choose between the 24-hour format and the 12-hour format. For example, if your format is 12-hour, the user will enter the time with an AM or PM indicator. Pick the format that matches how your team reads time or what your users are used to. The next setting is pre-select with current time. Turn this on if you want the field to automatically show the current time when the form loads. The user can still change it to a different time if needed. This is useful for quick check-ins, visit logs, or forms where the current time is usually correct. You can also limit the time range so users can only enter a time inside a set window. In the settings, choose a start time and an end time. Users will only be able to enter a time between these two. For example, if you take bookings only between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., set 10 a.m. as the start time and 6 p.m. as the end time. If someone enters 9:30, the form will show an error and ask them to enter a time in the allowed range. Now let's look at the advanced settings for the time picker field. Turn on repeat this field if you want users to enter more than one time using the same field. When you enable it, you can set how many times this field can repeat. If you set the limit to 3, the user will see one time field by default and an Add More button below it. They can click the button to add a second field up to the limit you set. This is useful for multiple session times, visit slots, or backup time choices. Turn on Mark as sensitive data when the time you are collecting should not be visible to everyone on your team. Once this is enabled, the field's value is protected. Only team members with the right access inside Makeforms can see it in the responses section. The default value setting lets you pre-fill the time picker with a fixed time. Use this when you already know the expected time, such as a fixed webinar start time, a daily cutoff time, or a fixed session start time. When the form opens, this time is already filled in. The user can still change it unless the field is disabled. Disable field turns the time picker into a read-only field. When you enable this, the user will see the time but will not be able to change it. Hidden field lets you store a time without showing the field to the user at all. When you turn this on, the field is not visible in the form, but its value is still submitted with the response. The time picker can load a time automatically using a query parameter in the URL. Start by adding a parameter name, for example, time. Then when sharing the form, include this parameter in the link and set its value to the time you want to pre-fill. If the time in the URL is provided in 24-hour format, the time picker will show the same time in 12-hour format as soon as the form opens. Finally, you can mark as unique if each time value should be used only once. When enabled, Makeforms won't accept a time that already exists in another response. You can also enter the error message. That should appear if a user selects a duplicate time. This is ideal for single-slot bookings or time-based reservations. That's everything you need to know about the time picker field in Makeforms. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.